Hi. Some of y'all know my friends Jana and Jason Shelfer. I refer to them as not only my friends but my life coaches. They've helped me through lots of trauma in my life and got me to where I am today. And I wanted to tell you about a book that Jason has written that is a very good read, and that is called The Decision Matrix. Oh, I probably said backwards, but it's on Amazon. The Decision Matrix by Jason Shelfer. Let me just tell you a little bit about a book, and I'll read you some passages of it to let you kind of get the idea. He's talking about his wife Jana. Her name is Jana. I'll tell you part where I nearly talked myself out of marrying her, but a little later now. This is about her accident. The bell rang, school let out for the summer, the way it does, with that particular feeling that only exists when you're 15 and the whole season is stretched out in front of you like it may never end. A bunch of her class were headed to the lake nearby to celebrate, and Jana caught a ride. But the car didn't make it. It wasn't a dramatic crash by the standard of accidents, it was a minor one, but had major implications, and all of them landed on Jana. She was paralyzed from the chest down. Now, when Jana was flown to the hospital, God spoke to her and got her through this. This story she shared with many people, but I'll share it out of Jason's book. A man was near her who was paralyzed from the neck down. He couldn't move anything below his chin, and he asked Jana if she would scratch his nose. And she did, and he looked at her and he said the words that she's never forgotten. You have no idea how lucky you are. Now, I've heard Jana tell this story 100 times, and I want to be careful with what happened next because the easy version is wrong. The easy version is that a wave of gratitude washed over her and she was changed. That's not really what happened. What did happen is she went back to her room that night, and she was a little ticked off, honestly, and she wrote the words in her journal, "How lucky am I?" But she learned to appreciate and be thankful and show gratitude what she did have. Now, a little later, just some of her few accomplishments. She worked hard. She had played basketball all of her life. Her dad, Jerry, had always been in the middle of her sports, and he wasn't about to stop now. He got her back shooting free throws, and they tried wheelchair basketball. She attended sports, worked hard, and was in programs like the University of Illinois and on the track team and women's wheelchair basketball team. Eventually, she left track to put everything into basketball. Then Team USA came calling Jana as she went on to complete in 3 Paralympic Games, and she's a gold medalist. Now, last year, Jana had just started skiing, and she learned all of that she could about skiing, and not only qualified, but placed gold medal in women's Paralympic water skiing in Australia in December of 2025. So she's living proof that you can overcome anything. Now, in this book, Jason kind of gives you some questions to answer and work on daily. I would suggest that you get a thankful journal. That is one of the most important things that they've taught me, that to write down 1 to 5 things down that you're grateful for every day, but can't ever repeat the same one. So the questions in this book that you need to ask yourself, and Jason goes on into explaining how these things will help you out and help change your life for the better. Question 1, what do I want to experience today? Well, I want to tell you something. They drove all the way from Orlando to hear my debut concert today with my band, the new Young America band in Macon, Georgia. And I was reading this passage and it really hit home. This is something Jason has in his book. So when I ask myself what I want to experience today, the honest answer is always some version of I want and help somebody experience the best version of themselves. I want to go the extra mile and watch it land. I want to wow somebody, not to impress them, but because the wow is where people wake up. Photobomb. Sylvie the cat. Well, Jason, you wowed me today when I looked out in that audience and saw my biggest supporter standing there. I can't believe that you guys drove all the way from Orlando, but thank you so much. All right, question 2. How do I want to grow today? And you want to set goals and small goals and try to achieve them. Question 3. How would I like to contribute today? God gives back to those who give others. And the big question, number 4, how lucky am I? Count your blessings. Don't count the mistakes. But yeah, I would suggest it's an easy read, small and not expensive. But if you're having trouble in your life or you want to try to get back on track, this is a very good read. And also that's Jason Shelfer at Living Lucky on Facebook. And they also have an awesome podcast called the Living Lucky Podcast with Jana and Jason, free. It's all like Buzzsprout, Amazon, all those places that you can listen to your podcast. So once again, The Decision Matrix, Jason Shelfer. Great read. Y'all have a great day.